Okay, so now we move on to the installation of Ride the Lightning, which is a graphical interface that allows you to control and manage your Lightning Network node. To install, we need to go to the Ride the Lightning GitHub repository. So let's do that. And we can see here that we have a screenshot of what it will ultimately look like, and that will be accessed through your web browser. We will be installing the C Lightning variant of Ride the Lightning, so we'll click on that. And it's got a couple of prerequisites here. So the first thing that we need to do is have a functional C Lightning node, so we've got that. Node.js, which we've already installed as part of our installation of BTC RPC Explorer, so we've got that. And we also need C Lightning REST, which is another application that we're going to install. And I copy the access.macaroon file from C Lightning REST to the device on which RTL will be installed. So really what we need to do is install C Lightning REST. So the instructions are here. We'll install this and then we'll come back to installing Ride the Lightning. So C Lightning REST. Now, what we'll do is the prerequisites for this is a node running C Lightning and node.js, which we've installed. The thing that we're going to now clone is just go in through here, open up a terminal, paste it through, make sure you're in the home directory. So we'll just clone that. Okay, then we'll cd into there. And as the instructions say, we'll just do npm install. Okay, that looks good. Now, the configuration parameters. What we're going to do is we're going to install this as a plugin to our C Lightning node. And so the way that you would do that is we need to edit our lightning.d config file. So you might recall our in our cd.lightning directory, in our home directory, we will see that in there is a config file. So let's go on and edit that. So sudo nano config. Okay. These are all the parameters that we put in when we were installing up our C Lightning node and exposing it through Tor. But what we'll need to do is add this little script in as well. So we'll paste that through and edit where required. So the plugin sits in home, Catan, C Lightning REST, plugin.js. The REST port. Now you'll recall that 3002 is already being installed or already being used for BTC RPC Explorer. So we're going to change that to 3001. And everything else remains the same. So we'll control X out of that. Yes, and we want to save that. Excellent. So the other thing that we'll need to do is edit our service file for our Lightning for C Lightning. So we'll go sudo nano etc systemd system and lightningd.service. The thing that we need to edit here is to just make sure that this memory deny write access execute equals true is commented out. So we have these hardening measures, so to speak, and they will need to be, I guess, softened up just to install this plugin through. So we'll control X out of that, save that, and we will also systemctl daemon reload. Okay. Then we will sudo systemctl restart lightning D. Okay, so we'll also then just check the status of lightning D, and we can see that that is looking good. Now, in here, you will also hopefully see in your C Lightning folder a certs file created, and that we're going to use specifically this access.macaroon file. We're going to use that when we install Ride the Lightning. Okay, so we've got that, just making sure that we've got that, and that is now installed. Now the way that we can check that this is installed is go through to https:// localhost 3001 just to see if that works, and it looks like it does. So advanced, accept the risk and continue, and cannot get. So we've got something there that's going on in the background. Yes, it says error, but that's okay. So we now have a service that is running on port 3001. So we can safely say that this is now kind of, C Lightning REST is now installed. Okay, so let's go back to Ride the Lightning. We're going to now clone Ride the Lightning. So let's do that. Go into here. We'll get out of that directory, and in our home directory, we'll clone RTL. Okay, so then the next thing is to cd into RTL, and we've got all the data that's required there, and we're going to npm install using that flag there as well. So enter. Okay, so that looks like it's installed. Now we will prep for execution. So what we need to do is edit multi-configuration file, which is this file here. In our RTL folder, you'll notice that there is a sample RTL multi-node conf. So we're going to edit that. So let's go nano sample RTL multi-node conf. Now in here, you can set a password. So we'll set the password as, for example, my password. And then we will continue going down. This is going to be active on port 3000. So Ride the Lightning will be on port 3000. So that's fine. We'll keep it at that. And the first one will be a LND test node, which is not really something that we're interested in. We're more interested in the C Lightning node 2. So we'll change that to mainnet. The implementation is C Lightning, and then it'll ask us for the macaroon path. So we need to fill that out. That we can find in home Catan C Lightning REST certs. Okay, so that's the folder that macaroon or that access.macaroon is found. We'll keep everything the same. These are just some more configuration options. The other thing that we'll want to do is make sure that the most important thing that we want to do is make sure we push this through to the right, this LN server URL. We're going to make that localhost 3001/v1. Okay, so that's the Lightning REST location that we're going to push that through to, and that's the end of the configuration. So we'll Control X, and yes, we want to save it, but we don't want to save it as sample. We want to save it as just RTL. So we're going to remove the sample dash out of there and enter, and save under different name. Yes, I do. So now we have a RTL multi-node conf.json file. Okay. So once that's now done, we can just literally type in node RTL, and hopefully that will work. So node RTL. Okay, so it'll say that the RTL encrypted the plain text password that was sitting in our RTL multi-node config JSON file, but it also says server is up and running. Please open the UI at localhost 3000. So let's check that out. 3000. Okay, cool. So we'll go my password as the password, so we'll log in. Okay, and here it'll go to the default to the LND testnet. We're actually interested in C Lightning mainnet, so that's what we're going to use. Okay, now here you can see that we are we can see the dashboard. There's some on-chain information. You've got Lightning, the transactions, your peers, and your channels, routing, node fees, so on and so forth. Okay. In the settings tab, what you can do is if you want to have fiat conversion, so at the moment you'll see here that it says sats, BTC, and how much you've got in sats, how much you've got in BTC. But if you want US dollars or Australian dollars or anything else to appear there, what you can do is go into the settings here and turn the fiat conversion on and put it to AUD, and that will fetch all the rates from blockchain.com. If you don't want that, that's also an option. The other one that I'd recommend is changing to the operator. You get a little bit more information, and then the node that you want to be the default would obviously be the C Lightning one. So we'll leave it at that. You can also color customize. My preference is the Diogo theme in day. I seem to like that, so we'll keep it at that. Okay, so here we can see in our dashboard that we've got node information, some balances, so on and so forth. This is not really an active node, so yeah. So now we can now explore around in our Ride the Lightning application or web browser. Okay. We're going back to that terminal. It's starting to sort of now pull things through. We're going to stop that, and now what we need to do is actually create a service file so that this thing starts up at startup. So sudo nano etc systemd system rtl.service. Okay, it's a blank file. The one that I'm going to rip is from the Raspberry Blitz GitHub repository, so we'll go there. In here there'll be a nice service file for me, rtl.service. So we will take this here and edit it to our liking. So we'll we want all of that up there. Okay, so and paste that through. Okay, so we don't have lnd.service. We've actually got lightningd.service. So just make sure that we have lightningd service for C Lightning. And then we need to execute start usr bin node home. That'll be your username, Catan, RTL. And this ln directory, we don't need that. So we're going to remove that out of there as well. Okay, we'll start it up as user Catan. However, be conscious that sometimes you might need to start up as root. We will start off with the username that we are comfortable with, and if that doesn't work, then we'll move on to root. So let's control X out of that. That's looking pretty good now, I think. So let's give that a try. So save, enter, sudo systemctl enable rtl.service, sudo systemctl start rtl.service. Okay, sudo systemctl status RTL service. I don't know if that's worked. No, it hasn't. Doesn't look like it has. So let's try and start it up as root. So we'll nano into there, change it to root, and see what happens. Systemctl daemon reload. Every time we change a service file, we need to type that in, and then we can start the RTL service. Let's have a look here. I don't know if that's okay. So now the service is active. Okay, so that's good. Started RTL daemon. Excellent. So now when we close out of our terminal, we should be able to find localhost 3000. Fantastic. My password to get into it, and now we can explore RTL in the background. So I think that's about it, really. So you can just now sort of experiment through and you know, manage your C Lightning node through Ride the Lightning.